There's been one. Oh, wait. I got one question that I've been meaning to ask you, Aaron, for a while. What are we going to do in terms of internal chat? Like you talk about saying, because I haven't really been thinking about Sanctum Mesa being this social hub. Like, how do people within the game communicate with each other? If not, uh, at first with the overworld, but eventually with your end vision. What are you seeing that look like? Is it a chat box? Is it more interactive than that? What's in your mind?
So for private beta 3, for Arena, there'll be basic text chat that you'll be able to speak to other people on the platform. To begin with, it'll probably be very much instanced, and you'll just be able to talk to the person that you're playing against. I think that there's a little bit of a risk in that, if someone beats you, that could get to be a bit of a heated conversation. But I think it's better to have conversation than not. And it's a beta, so we'll be able to sort of police that as time goes on. But eventually the overworld will have a text-based chat in there, and then it will have a location-based audio chat where when you talk, people within a certain range. These are all very common things that exist in other games. And it's not groundbreaking, but the point is that there's just so many people that want to have that feeling of the game is reading the things that I own rather than the game tells me what I own. And inside of a system like that, where you can feel super comfortable with the way that everything is, the people who like this game are that group of people that like the style of art that we do, that like the concept of having something that's a little bit fantasy, but mostly sci-fi. And they will be able to talk to each other by logging in and just running around in the overworld. Remember, the overworlds will possibly get bigger. You'll have to wait and see. It will be a situation where you'll be able to physically visit your land that currently sits outside of the bounds of where you can travel to. But eventually you'll have ways to get there. You'll be able to show people all of the stuff that you do. And it won't be exactly Minecraft in that style of being able to showcase, your worlds and stuff like that. But it'll be just this large combination of all of these different systems where you'll be able to interact with each other on a number of different levels. You'll be able to speak to them. You'll be able to
What
to them. All of that.
what about guild-based chat? Because I've been recruiting some of the team members lately, and I'm a little bit concerned that if the world saw Nerdlinger Gamer Kieran, they would be a little bit freaked out. So is there a way to have like a private-based chat system?
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about having a game that is slightly fantasy but mostly sci-fi is that we can effectively do whatever magic we want. So communication always goes through your suit, and there will be channels there. In fact, we're currently ideating out now, I believe that you messaged me about this today, a slightly interactive communication system to people to get them to understand a little bit of the lore. And so there will be a number of factions of the Verlaine, of which you'll have to pick which one that you are, and that will filter out your communications. So you'll receive some communications that other people don't, and the overall story will be fed by that aggregate. But inside of those factions, there'll be guilds and things like that people make themselves, right? People can't create a faction because we do need to keep the lore fairly tight, but you can create a guild inside of that faction, and that would allow an extra level of filtering so that when you're chatting to people, only people inside of your guild can hear you, or you set your chat to be proximity based, and then you start screaming, "The end is nigh," running around Sanctum Mesa, and anyone who listens to you can hear your insane ramblings.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, that actually leads us to another